Rockstar just put a price tag on the most anticipated game in history. $79.99. Not 60, not 70, 80. And the scary part isn't that GTA 6 costs more. The scary part is what happens after GTA 6 sells anyway. Because the morning Rockstar proves that players will pay $80, every other publisher in the industry gets to ask one question. Why can't we? So this video isn't just asking whether GTA 6 is worth $80. It's asking something a lot more uncomfortable. Is GTA 6 about to hand every publisher in the industry permission to try? Because if the answer is yes, the $80 price tag we're looking at right now is just the opening bid. Let's get the history out of the way fast, because it explains everything that's about to happen. For 15 years, new games had one magic number, $60. PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One. Bigger worlds, better graphics, bigger teams, still $60. Then the PS5 generation arrived, and publishers finally pushed it to $70. Gamers complained, then they paid it, and that's the part publishers remembered. This year, Nintendo started testing $80 with Mario Kart World and Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Microsoft even floated $80 for The Outer Worlds 2, then got cold feet and walked it back to $70. Everyone's been quietly probing the edges. Rockstar just confirmed the number for real. And here's why players are already furious about it. Not just because the number went up, but because that higher number is showing up at the exact same moment games are giving you less ownership, more additions, and more locked doors. We'll get to that. First, let's talk about why publishers actually want this. Here's the math nobody wants to say out loud. $200 million to build a game like this. $100 million more to market it. $300 million before a single player even presses start. The Last of Us Part 2 crossed $200 million. Concord, the game almost nobody remembers, burned through roughly the same before it died in weeks. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's full life cycle ran past $700 million. And GTA 6? Analysts estimate somewhere between $1 billion and $1.5 billion. That's not a game budget. That's a Hollywood trilogy with extra zeros. At $70, a game like that needs over 4 million copies just to crawl back to zero. Bump the price to $80, and that break-even line drops by roughly 500,000 copies. To a studio, that's not a rounding error. That's the difference between a hit and a round of layoffs. Former PlayStation boss Sean Layden put it bluntly, development costs are ballooning, and unless you're Rockstar, you shouldn't expect to sell 25 million copies of anything. Translation: most studios are betting the entire company on a single roll of the dice. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick sees it differently. His argument is that the company is actually undercharging for the value it delivers. But here's what critics keep firing back. $70 or $80 used to buy you the whole game. Increasingly, it just buys you the door. Which means the real fight isn't really about the sticker price. It's about what that price quietly stops including. And this is where it gets personal. According to reports, GTA 6 also ships with a $100 Ultimate Edition, and not the harmless skins kind. The reported structure goes further, locking 5 real locations out of the base game. A tattoo shop, a clothing boutique, custom car garages, even an entire side mission. Standard Edition players don't lose content later. They reportedly get doors that were never open. Storefronts you'll walk straight past in Vice City and find sealed shut. Then there's the disc, or rather, the lack of one. Multiple reports say the physical box for GTA 6 won't contain a Blu-ray at all, just a piece of paper with a download code, sealed in plastic. People paying full retail price for packaging and a slip of paper. And a download code can't be resold. No trade-ins, no used copies, no safety net, on one of the biggest releases ever made. Layer that on top of everything else getting more expensive. Console prices climbing towards $600. PlayStation Plus jumping 33%. Groceries costing more every single month. And now your favorite hobby wants $80, sometimes $100, for something you can't even resell once you're done with it. It's no wonder more players are quietly becoming what the industry now calls patient gamers. People who just wait for the sale, wait for the bundle, wait for the price to drift back down to earth, while leaked numbers reportedly show GTA Online alone still pulling in roughly $10 million a week. Proof the upfront price was never really the whole story to begin with. So will this make every game $80? Analysts are split right down the middle. Some think the floodgates are already open. Bullish forecasts have GTA 6 selling as many as 30 million copies in its first week, climbing toward 50 or 60 million within the year, crossing $3 billion in revenue before the holidays even end. If those numbers land, every boardroom in the industry sees them and asks the same question: why not us? EA CEO Andrew Wilson isn't worried about any of this. He calls interactive entertainment a fundamental human need, recession or not. NYU Stern professor Joost van Drunen goes further, calling the $80 tag a rounding error against 13 years of pent-up anticipation. But others are waving a red flag. Analysts at Circana warn that only the absolute top-tier franchises can sustain an $80 price tag. Everyone else risks getting crushed trying. Newzoo's Manu Rosier puts it even more plainly. Rising prices won't make players spend more, they'll just make players pickier, pushing them toward subscriptions, bundles, and long-tail live service games instead of full-price day-one purchases. Look at Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, launching weeks later at $59.99 with an actual disc in the box, because Ubisoft knows it can't pull a Rockstar move and survive it. So what we might actually be watching isn't one price hike sweeping the whole industry. It might be the birth of a three-tier market. Legendary franchises charging whatever they want at the top, standard AAA holding the line around 70, and everyone else fighting over your shrinking budget at the bottom. So no, GTA 6 at $80 does not automatically mean every game becomes $80. It means something more specific. Rockstar has spent 13 years building the trust, scale, and cultural gravity to test the ceiling. Most publishers haven't. And that is where this gets dangerous. Because once GTA 6 succeeds at 80, the industry will not ask whether every game deserves that price. It will ask whether every game can get away with it. So the real question is not whether GTA 6 is worth $80. It is whether the next game that asks you for $80 has actually earned it too. Will you pay $80 for GTA 6? Let me know in the comment section.